So here's my top 10 anime list, the short edition. Now what I mean by short edition is anime that are under 100 episodes, so mostly in this list you will see anime that are roughly 12 to 24 episodes, in some cases a bit longer, and basically it's just going to be a lot of light novel adaptations, but some kind of long series in there as well, not too long. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Clocking in at 64 episodes, this series is amazing and telling the tale of two brothers that did something that they probably shouldn't have done, and they're trying to make up for it. Now I'm sure a lot of you know the tale of Edward Elric and Alphonse Elric and what they've done, and basically how Ed is trying to get his brother's body back as well as get his limbs and make up for what they did with trying to bring their mother back. With superb animation, very strict adaptation of the manga, and all around fantastic story writing, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely a top of the line shonen anime. It is definitely, in my opinion, better than the original Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood because it's a strict adaptation of the manga. There are so many twists and turns, never a dull moment, and it's truly just something epic. And I mean, after all, who doesn't love this tale of these two brothers? Coming in at number 9 is EF, A Tale of Memories. It's a 12-episode anime that showcases two different stories, where one is a very sad and depressing story of this boy that meets this girl and she has a serious condition. On the other hand, you got a love triangle between an up-and-coming mangaka, his longtime friend, and a girl he just met. The art style is very unique, as well as the storytelling is very different because you on and off switching back and forth between the two different stories, and one of the stories is truly a tearjerker. I'll never forget seeing the story and being in tears towards the end of what happens because it's something very sad and it really just pulls on the heartstrings to the limit. So if you want a very well told story, 12 episodes, very sad, gonna keep you enthralled, I highly recommend EF, A Tale of Memories, coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Shiki, a series about vampires, moral complexities on who's the monster, and all around gore. This series is truly something special because it entails vampires, and unlike Twilight, it actually has a story that will keep you in there and make you feel like, holy shit, what did I just see? It really challenges moral complexities on whether or not something is right as far as humans versus vampires go, and if there was ever a story of vampires, I highly recommend this over anything because it truly just engages you and really just has epic twists and turns and a lot of dark moments that'll leave you thinking, what the heck did I just watch? So Shiki definitely deserves this number 8 spot on my top 10 anime list. Number 7 is Gurren Lagann. Basically is a mech anime of this guy named Simone and his friend Kamina, and they're basically trying to liberate themselves as well as people, and it really becomes such an epic tale. The first 6 or so episodes are a little bit slow, but after that it takes off and you will just be hooked and be like, wow, this is an awesome mech series. While it doesn't heavily focus on mechs, it is a mech anime and there are mechs at times, but really, to be honest, the special thing about this is the storytelling and the characters that drive the story because there are some pretty badasses. And that's why Gurren Lagann is number 7 on my top 10 anime list, because it is a freaking badass story with some severe consequences and all around epic shit. Coming in at number 6 is Death Note. I'm sure many of you know Death Note, 37 episodes, and it is just truly a psychological warfare. Light Yagami versus L, and it is just a match of the minds, who can outclass who, and who will find who in the end. While arguably the second half is weaker, I definitely still say that the story is amazing, and it really shows what you can do with not necessarily having fists flying, but have a psychological battle, a mental battle, and see where it really can go. And all around, this is one series that had you actually rooting for the bad guy to win. So Death Note definitely deserves this number 6 on my top 10 anime list because it is something that'll really keep you thinking and guessing, and like Light Yagami for the win, people. Coming in at number 5 is Berserk. Now Berserk is a 25 episode anime and it is very dark, and it's basically telling the tale of Guts and his, I guess, past a little bit and what he's been through. While it only tells a little bit of the manga, it still is very dark and very well paced, and in my opinion, it is truly a classic tale of the medieval times, as well as mixed with some horror scenes. Made in the 90s, and still to this day people regard Berserk as one of the most effed up series they've ever seen. And Guts and Griffith all around are just two badass characters that you can never look away from because what they've done, what they've been through, is just something that will be told for generations to come. Coming in at number 4 is Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, is this a magical girl show? And it is, but this is something radically different from any normal Mahou Shoujo series. And to be honest with you, if I told you too much, it would probably spoil you. But let's just say that there are extremely dark elements to the story, a lot of messed up stuff, and a lot of things that'll leave you thinking, wow. Homura and Madoka definitely are two awesome main characters in the series, and it really just is breathtaking, with the animation being very different and the art style being very unique for itself. Seeing these magical girls fight off some of these witches is really something interesting, and I highly recommend you check out Madoka Magica, and don't be scared off by it being a magical girl show, because after episode 3, I guarantee you will be hooked. We're winding down, people. Coming in at number 3 is Code Geass. Now, Code Geass is definitely highly acclaimed. You all know the story of Lelouch v. Britannia and what he goes through, and this is one of those series where, although there are mech in it, it's not necessarily mech driven, because even the manga counterpart actually takes that out, but it's something that is really just truly remarkable, with an ending that I won't spoil, but I will just say that it is just done very well and in very well taste. It's again another one of those series where people argue that the second half is weaker than the first, but in my opinion, it is equal. The first and second half make for an epic and critically acclaimed series. Lelouch v. Britannia, everything he goes through trying to take down the Britannian Empire is really an epic tale. All around definitely deserves its number 3 slot in my top 10 anime. Coming in at number 2 is Anohana. Now this is a simple tale of basically this guy that starts seeing this girl that died in his past, and it's almost like a phantom. Hands down one of the most saddest series I've ever seen, and is one of those things that after 11 episodes of watching it, because it's only 11 episodes long, I hands down guarantee you will be in tears for the story that you have witnessed. The storytelling is amazing, the pacing is perfect, and all around this is a character-driven series. Pulling on the heartstrings, this series is something that I highly recommend anybody that wants a sad tale, an interesting tale, and all around just a perfect story. Because at 11 episodes, you can't say you wasted your time with something like Anohana. And now, people, we've arrived at number 1. Coming in at number 1 is a series called Welcome to the N.H.K. This is hands down the most depressing series I have ever seen in any anime I have ever watched. It's the story of 24-year-old Sato Tatsuhiro and basically the life struggles that he goes through and being a hikikomori. Hikikomori is basically just another word for recluse. He pretty much doesn't have any friends and is scared of the outside world, and little by little throughout the story you see exactly what he went through and everything that he just is. It really tells the tale of a recluse in such a sad and depressing way, but at the same time there is some dark comedy in it, but for the most part, to me, it's really just the most depressing series I've ever seen. Sato Tatsuhiro's story is something that I highly recommend anybody that wants to see a true masterpiece at work. There's times where you think, wow, this is actually kind of funny because of the dark comedy, but underneath it all is just really a lot of sad and depressing moments. That's it, people. 1 through 10. Let me know what you think of my top 10 anime list, the short edition. Now, once again, this doesn't have the long running series for the most part because I wanted to do something a little bit different. If you would like to see a top 10 anime list of longer series, over 100 episodes, including series like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Bleach, then let me know. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for these awesome anime, because a lot of people always ask me, well, what are some short series, some sad series, some depressing series, some epic series that are, you know, less than 100 episodes? I just want to go through them. And here you go, people. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.